version of chess. But just to add to what his brother's saying, America was playing chess in Vietnam, but the Vietnamese was playing a whole other type of game. It wasn't chess. Yeah, they was playing with a whole different stuff. And America couldn't handle it. They lost.
In school, they taught us. They won. Which y'all lost. America thought it was 6.
No, they had tunnels. You know, they had little damn near underground cities, man. You know what I'm saying? They were so small, they were just like moles, man, going through them different little tunnels and popping up and killing, man. Like say, America, they didn't know how to handle it.
You know, y'all think about this though. That they've been 20, 30 years in the making for that war. And I really probably got everything, any kind of old, I mean, they probably everything. 20, 30 years in the making.
And look, man, America's in a short attention span. So, Emmett forgot about Hiroshima and Nagasaki. They did, man. Things that the devastation that America has caused within the past 80 fucking years, nobody forgot. Nations don't work like that, man. They don't have a short attention span, man.
Right. Especially you always in their face boasting and bragging on your power and shit.
Go back to that second lecture.
This second lecture, chapter 15, verse 28. Behold, in horrible vision, in the appearance thereof
Hey,
from
so
the
what's
east.
the horrible vision? World War III. A horrible vision from the east, the Middle East. Also spoken of in Joel 3 and 1, 3 and 2. Go ahead.
Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia, shall come out with many chariots.
Right, the dragons of Arabia. That's talking about Ishmael. Meaning many chariots, meaning what? Like a vast or a gigantic military. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Don't be surprised when you start hearing some of these Gulf era, these royalties being overthrown by the Jews. The East, they do that. You know, they overthrow over the, like them Gulf era country, there ain't nothing but families and people
Especially like Dubai.
Going back to that shit, like the rain, like when I ran shit, I was the rain people celebrating. They need no basis. You got to issue like celebrate. So don't be surprised if they get a hold, if them generals start taking over these Gulf era speeches.
What's the difference between a Shia and a Sunni? Right? The doctrine is based on what was on the Shiites believe the leader should come out of the back. The Sunnis believe there is supposed to be the left. That's based on the terminology. Not to say, you know what I'm saying, but look at the Sunnis and things of that nature, like they believe that like the leadership of God is established. And then the Sunnis believe outside of God. They send ducks. They send ducks out there. It don't make sense.
If on your Bible, you can't do nothing.
Right.
You just brag about it, people brag about this shit for decades, but nigga, now we need, you know, there's nothing.
That's like we live in Hazelhurst. You come down there and spin around with us, start some shit, and then you go back to Cowboys Western. Now we gotta fight these niggas every day.
It's the same spirit in America, man. What scripture comes in, they say, not regard their king nor their prince. So America's gonna be ready. They sitting up ready to overthrow the government, man. That's why they're gonna have them insurrections, man. So, man, this is beautiful, man.
Well, you seen Shaqua's video, you got a pretty got this goddamn war, bro.
Yep. And what he was hollering out.
Right. Hey, but I'm gonna tell you this, they say that's he's like, it's in the blood. A nigga like that, Iranians, right? The Elamites You know, and give the description or symbolic of a wild boar.
Wild boar is a real, see, a wild boar, you got to corner it for it to be aggressive. And if you wound it, it's even more aggressive.
So what made Iran aggressive? What made Iran to have this wound? This last assassination with Tulsa. Go ahead, bro.
So yeah, so this wild boar, when you wound it, what does it do? It becomes aggressive and it goes straight for its target. It sit knocks its target down, it'll bag up and keep bringing their target until it dies.
Who's the target? American and it's wrong. So again, the spirit all makes sense. Go ahead, bro.
That's why more folks see Iran ain't preparing for the war with America. Because when America invaded Iraq in 2003, and then you had 2005, Dick Cheney pretty much told Iran that they were next. So when he said that shit, Iran started preparing war for America. See, they could have been got rid of the IDF. They could have been wiped them off of that. But they knew that they would have to deal with America. So that's why even now, they're able to fight America and the small hats at the same time. Because the small hats, their power is in America. So if they weaken America, the small hats ain't got no defense. You know?
And one point two to add on to it, just like in the Vietnamese War, if the Vietnamese tell those black soldiers,
Go home.
black man, this is not your war. You know, so tell signs and what we enter into right now when it comes to how these heathens are fighting against one another. But Jacob is involved with themselves into it. Let the heathens bow that thing out, because ultimately it's for the salvation of the nation of Israel, beginning from the tribe of Judah, so-called Negro, all the way down to the tribe of Issachar, so-called Mexican.
You enlisted, we over.
Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 30. Also the Carmanians raged and wrath shall go forth at the wild boar of the wood. And with great power shall they come and join the battle with them. It shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians.
I know a lot of brothers break that down with these military bases over there in that area. Don't be surprised if Iran develops this technology to sit over there. Because it only makes sense. Read that latter part again, bro.
And with great power shall they come and join the battle with them,
Right.
and shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians.
That has to be talked about them sending missiles to America. Go ahead.
Because some of these allies are, you know, they might not be all head in with the war, but they're giving like intel, weaponry. So who to say Russia or China won't say, look, here you go, this on GP.
They supply them anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I think the only country already said Iran ran into the Strait of Hormuz, so it's China and Russia.
Yeah. And that's why they use those proxy wars over there, because basically, America and Russia got nuclear capability, so they're playing chess with each other, so America can really impose its way over there. Because it's all about oil.
Yeah, and real Kim Jong-un, and he said if Iran needs missiles or whatnot, and they supply them.
I mean, a couple years ago, he should have up there with guns. Nuclear capability, nuclear. Look at that shit.
Because see, Iran, now, Iran just put the world in order. Because one thing about it, see, Iran saw something French facing down in Korea, and they saw something that South was British territory. And you had that nigga Kyrgyzstan, that nigga was explaining himself on TV that the nigga told Iran he had nothing to do with that shit, man. You know the nigga gonna do all that, you know what I'm saying? He didn't put down with none of that shit. And that nigga was explaining all that. Because, so, yeah, now everybody see Iran shit, so show them. They don't really continue to take it down, but just call it spade. Iran moved with a lot of integrity. Because the reason why Iran weapon was so precise because they said they don't want to kill civilians. Even the guy Ayatollah, he didn't want no nuclear weapon. You know, they had to fight him. Now, they had some hardliners that wanted to go with the people, but now he's gone. Now all the hardliners are they strapped that, but they because see, the warhead, you got to think, Iran got some of the most high-tech projectiles when it comes to ballistic missiles. So all you got to do is change the warhead from conventional to nuclear. All you're doing is changing the warhead. They already got the rocket technology. Like you say, they got the rocket technology. And all you're doing is add the extra.
So it makes sense, there's a point where, like you said, it makes sense how they should destroy a portion of the Syrian land. So if you got the ballistic technology, like you said, all you gotta do is switch out the bullet and put a nuclear bullet in it.
Switch on.
Put a
Yeah. The gun already there. Yeah. Hey, you understand? This is written about. Like John the Revelator, Jeremiah, Isaiah, Ezra. They saw it. Habakkuk. Brothers have had visions, right? You saw what the prophet saw. How many brothers had visions that freaked them out? How many brothers have had visions that you woke up and was like, shit? So who are you, the Most High granted you that vision? And then when he did his bid in the ancient world, man, he showed them. And they wrote about it. And now we're speaking about what they wrote, man.
And the reason why these boys are having these visions because it's the same fucking men coming back. They coming back.
Hey, man, hey.
Verse 31, and then shall the dragons have the upper hand, remembering their nature.
Right, now what's the nature of the dragon? Ishmael is identified as a wild man. It's a wild fellow.
Going back to the Shiite Muslims.
That's right.
If I got to murder me, you know, they the originators of that mindset.
That's right.
If they shall turn themselves, conspiring together in great power to persecute them.
Now the latter part is actually talking about Esau trying to drag him into World War III as well. Go ahead.
Then these shall be troubled. Then these shall be troubled, bled, and keep silence through their power.
Esau shall be troubled blade. Go ahead.
And keep silence through their power.
Meaning what? We're not going to know everything detail for detail. You know, Esau do got something under his sleeve, but we know enough that we know enough to know that Esau is going to die. They going to pay. We know that's right.
Feel like a happy, you can hear TV.
And then you know like if something goes down if you're on IG, Iran is not looking at as the bad guy. For a long time, Ishmael was looked at as the bad guy. And by default, you're supposed to be on God's people's time.
That's right.
So traditionally, if something happened with Israel, America was with it.
That's right.
Like, no, we got to protect them, you know? Now it's like, oh, here we go. You know, here we go with this shit.
Yeah, little brother, Americans in this fight. You know, little brother.
You see, that's the thing. Trump didn't consult with the Congress or nobody with America. He didn't even consult with his allies except for small things. So his allies, they ain't like what they call a pilfer. Because they didn't want to know. They didn't want to go through this.
Why is that though? Why Trump think so?
They know they're going to be like, nah, man, what's up?
Yeah, and he bought and paid for it.
Yeah.
He bought for the elite.
That's it.
The elite got him out of debt when he went out of bankrupt. How many banks they used? 72 banks to get him out of yeah. He was under what? Was it for $2 billion debt? $1 to $2 billion? It was like 2 bills, so they draw money from 72 banks. Now they own this nigga.
He got to do it.
He gotta do it.
Plus the blackmail with the Epstein and shit.
Yeah. That's not true.
And so the guy who built it out, he worked for the Rothschilds.
Yeah. And then what that nigga said about Spain? Well, the time Trump, he said Spain said that you cannot do. We just go there and
The borrowers are slaves to the lenders.
that's right.
Because he like the guy that built him out said he's our first Jewish president.
That's right.
So
Yeah. I think he did a form of conversion.
Gentile Messiah.
Yeah.
Rich people.
And shall flee, and from the land of the Assyrians shall the enemy besiege them.
Now, how is the enemy going to besiege from the land of Syria? What's Assyria? Again, modern day America. This is talking about sleeper Syrians. right? These countries have sleeper cells within America. And then understand about a sleeper cell. Like, let's just say you got this kid from Russia, and he's being trained to become a sleeper agent. So what they'll do is they'll move him out of his household, putting him in a household is Americanized in Russia, teach him what, teach him how to utilize American terminology, listen to rap music, watch American video games, watch American sports, become Americanized. And then they get a visa, they'll send his ass over here, and then they'll put him in school, and then he'll go to college, and then, so what, about 24, 25 years old, he's working as a school teacher or principal. But once he gets that notification, then boom, and then he becomes activated, and then he kills people.
And that's on the, I think maybe salt.
Salt. Somebody else said that. Yes, so salt, one salt, and then that's the sleeper cell.
There's a lot of sleeper cells in truckers too. Truck drivers. A lot of them not speaking English.
That makes sense.
And a lot of truck drivers are what do you call it, hazmat drivers. Now that you mentioned that,
Yeah.
so I mean, that truck is like nothing but it's a fucking missile.
And then a sleeper cell, a sleeper agent can lay dominant forever, like 10, 15, 20 years. Dormant. They can lay dormant, just like a person who got herpes. You know, just because you don't have the active symptoms, that doesn't mean that you don't have the virus. It's still
She was activated, she became an assassin. If you remember during the Biden administration, when they opened up the gates of the street, brother, remember all them interviews they had, like them military-aged men? They asked them where they from, Russia, Armenia, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, all these different places, but But see, the way the American government manipulate and do shit, you got all these different military men that came over here. You know what I'm saying? When Biden pretty much opened up and said, come on in. But when Trump got back in office, it was about deportation, protecting the border. But the ones that were interviewed that had came over all the other countries wasn't the target. So it's like they did a swap out, so they started trying to deport, pretty much Jake, you know what I'm saying, the Northern Kingdom. But where are all these other military-aged men that was coming in from around Florida and all these other different places? Where they at? They sitting back waiting on their call, man.
And then letting you know something gonna happen. Why is Donald Trump saying that a lot of people can't die? And then the spirit of our goals, stay away from large crowds. Just different areas where there's gonna be a lot of people and things of that nature.
It's been happening within the news. It's mainstream this week. We've been talking about sleeper cells.
Exactly.
CNN, things of this sort. The Carlos Rob said a couple years ago, but when they been reported, comparing the shocking hits. To classified operations, also these sleeper cells.
And what time of what high holy is coming?
That's over.
So a heavy spiritual lens is on.
And we always say before, during, and after.
We just have proof.
Verse 33. The land was serious, and the enemy besieged them, and consumed some of them, and their hosts.
That means if it consumes some of them, mean what? America's gonna die. Go ahead.
And their host shall be fear and dread,
Go ahead.
and strife among their kings. Behold,
And strife amongst their kings. Talk about what? Your city councilmen, your senators, your congressmen, the things of that nature. Y'all are sussing. Hey, y'all see that video Shimon man? Man, I'm talking about, man, these American people are mad. They mad, man. And guess what? They're sussing. You can easily, man, go stab up something or shoot something up, right?
You can get the ears of the elites.
Nah.
So it was like an extension of the elites. Those councilmen, these local councilmen.
The politicians,
The local decision makers.
the local decision makers.
Hey, that movie is something Wall Street. When he got everything taken away from him, who did he aim towards? His local politicians.
behold, clouds from east and from the north unto the south, and they shall bury the
What's
war.
these clouds? Various militaries from World War III, right? And also you can liken these clouds to what? They're military craft, they're aircraft. You know what? These fucking jets, like these helicopters, these B-2 bombers, these drones. Go ahead, bro.
Unto the south, and they are very horrible to look upon, full of wrath and storm.
Let's say talk about what how they're equipped, right? Shooting down other planes and things of that nature, dropping bombs on cities and things of that nature. Go ahead.
They shall smite one upon another.
Sending missiles at each other. Y'all see that movie Top Gun with Tom Cruise? Second son. Go ahead. This is real wicked.
And they shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth.
What's these stars? Stars on Earth. Let's get these stars on. No, these stars are talking about what? These lieutenants, these captains, the things of that nature, these sergeants. Because they're going to be, yeah, these 4-star generals, 5-star generals.
If you look at the stars, it looks bronze. So the military, they always talk about bronze, brass, different, a certain terminology pointing out that they're officer of general pushing.
No, the water boy. Because they may not be directly on the field, but they're close on the field, but they can oversee what's going on. Go ahead, bro.
Shall smite down a great multitude of stars upon the earth, even their own star,
Right?
and the blood shall be from the sword unto the belly.
You know what? A lot of people, a lot of these soldiers are going to die. A lot of civilians are going to die. Go ahead, bro. The Lord should be big. The slain of the Lord should be big. And they're going to jump on the
And dung of men unto the camels of Houth. And there shall be a great fearfulness and trembling upon the earth. They that see the mouth shall be afraid, and trembling shall come upon them.
because of all this interaction, this madness. And you niggas are stupid. Y'all still trying. You know, people get stuck in the ground and so on and so forth. And I got a problem. She said she's going to the police about it. In the midst of all this shit, man, what y'all watching? Scooby-Doo 360? Yeah.
The Most High got a software program hardwiring you to where you got a trajectory that you gotta inevitably follow to ultimately into a destiny. It's like you're physically, but you're not mentally here. You're physically. So people in the Babylon, they got their own path, their own intentions, their own goals. And the Most High got them like that, so they can ultimately die in that
Yes, maybe question. I'm saying the headlines that American institutes got winning in war. Hey, what do you got this
Man, that's the beautiful thing about the prophets. You know, the king, the two witnesses, and the third witness, man. Because if you listen to American news outlets, man, you might as well just really walk around like ain't nothing happened.
You ready to join the military?
You know what I'm saying?
They them niggas doing so good, you want to sign up.
trying to lose some PBS?
Right.
It's you get your precept of brotherhood.
Isaiah 21 and 2. His previous vision is declared in temple. The treacherous dealer dealing treacherously is America. And the spoiler,
Because what has America been doing since what, 14 years? Spoiling it. Exploiting it. Because there's a spoiling this called colonization. You know? Because America doesn't deal with direct terms that reflect his character. He has to deal with euphemism. So the terms don't deal with euphemism. So this man's been spoiling since 14 years.
and it says, go up, O Elon, besiege, O Medium, all the signs thereof have made to cease.
And you know what? It's amazing because this is what we're dealing with right now. Elon, we talking about Iran, going back to the Persians. The Persians go back to who? Elon. So, but it's a you say, bro,
That's what you're talking about.
it's a lot. So what we're doing, we're watching Yahweh Bahashim outside play chess. He already broadcasted what he was going to do. He gave you the chess strategy. This is the move on make. He did it in secret strategy. Shooting the Lord, put it in secret strategy. Now you see the chess strategy play out in real time, man. So like, I'm just echoing what the other brother, Elder Pastor Hart said. When you see America going to Iran, that's when you pay attention.
This man said years.
Years, when I woke up, that's what I heard. So now we're seeing America make that bold, audacious step into Iran, and now look what's happening.
So we always been saying for years how shit got to be implemented for World War III.
So we know it's not going to happen right now because the Quran isn't taking place, man. But guess what? We're here. But we are in this prophecy where it said that the wars and rumors of wars. It's flare-ups like y'all was born in herpes. It's just flare-up battles, then it dies down and it comes back up. But this is the perfect window for some catastrophic event that randomly happened.
It's like you say, this the narrative that's going to lead to all our war. Come on, man. But this the narrative, because this the narrative that draw the superpower. And like you said, America and Russia were dancing around each other since the 60s. You know, back in all these rocks and what we see in Cuba, Missile crisis, America and Russia was dancing around each other to fight boxing. But now, the only barrier between America and Russia is Iran now. See, after America and Iran, it's the path where America and Russia collide. Now they got to go head up. Yeah, now they got to deal with Magog. This going back to the care, feeding each other. It's over.
Hey, well, keep.
You know, one of the brothers that did a freaking news video, China prepares to support Iran in the war and provide military equipment as Russia really joins.
So China will do it because China is also dependent on America's economy as well. But according to prophecy, China is going to get along with Russia.
As well as Turkey, they just kind of on the fence right now, ready to break loose NATO. And Turkey got one of the biggest armies, like out of the top 10. They in the top 10. So they just riding the fence right now. Already getting another deal.
The curves from Turks.
Yeah.
But then America said they don't activate the curves to try to invade our land. Like, what was so the Turks said, well, this is a problem for Turkey.
What do you Kurds say though? They ask the Kurds about it. You know,
Oh, yeah, they said, no, we're not doing that. Hey, our man got to see what happened is you used to be able to host American military bases, and that was like respect about Iran, they ain't selective with they tough with you. Wherever
No
them
respect
goddamn,
to get that person.
wherever them planes come from, there's something coming back.
That's that wild boy, right?
Yeah, so now the nation like, shit. It's really just America with small hat. That's why Trump cussing out the EU. But then they like, nigga, we ain't fucking with that. Like, nigga, then you come and go take our dad, then you want us to come help.
You just gonna jump in that shit, but ain't say nothing to it. Now you want some help.
Hey, what my man from Cuba saying? Yeah, it was a guy, the guy across Cuba, where he told Trump, come and get him. So nobody's scared of America.
It's weird to have black guy in Cuba, man. Or your Trump said, have to tell him to run. Let's come to Cuba. He ain't get down. This nigga messing with Ecuador, messing with, Cuba,
And that's the pain the Roman Empire spread itself in. And that's why drought is coming in.
Somebody also, I must have taken U.S. troops overseas.
God.
Back shit, man.
Yeah. I heard it was $1 million per soldier.
This is outside of active war. So mobilize troops overseas. Let's get it, bro.
How much it costs per soldier?
Isaiah 50 and 22, they sound the battles in the land of great destruction. How was the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How was Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
Now, that desolation is going to happen. Being broken in summer is going to happen. Yep. So this dog fighting you see right now, that's going to culminate to America being hit by and that was cracking up. And like I said, and another thing happened to this morale of America. He lost his eyes. If you were at the end of the movie, Wizard of Oz, where they Toto built the projection, and that little wizard came out. It's like that. It's like they had a lot of sugar every time they spoke. They come with the one is spiritual, and they were referring to the Egyptians because the Egyptians had a god complex. They had a god complex. And Babylon, particularly Spawn, they have a god-like complex. So America has projected himself. And as he said in the temple of the Most High, show himself he does the Most High. And the most embarrassing thing that happened is they put a wall to see that you're not a god. And that's the game that the Most High plays with men. That's the game he plays with the sons of men and not the sons of like watch him raise these people up just to cast them down so everybody can say, damn, who did that? What God cast down this great kingdom?
Wow.
That's like that guy, Dan Kane, General Dan Kane, was the chief of staff. He's on all ranks, he's the general of all ranks of the military. told Trump before the war, like, he depleted because he's been in war so long. Because see, another thing too, what Iran is doing to America, that's what crippled America when Ukraine and Russia. See, they thought Ukraine was going to have the same effect as Russia was going to have in America. Everything that America did, you know, when they thought these things by the time America locked up with Russia, they're going to be fatigued, you know?
And it's another thing about being a hammer on the earth. It takes, like you get a jackhammer, and it takes energy to swing your arm and break something with a jackhammer. That's taxing on your energy. So it's taxing on America to be the hammer. Because we're going into the finances of it all. It's taxing for America just to house troops in other countries. It's outside of the country. It's taxing for America to drop bombs, to shoot missiles. So that's also taxing on their hammer, man. So America's losing just by being a part of a war.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Change the Google search for how much does it take to do it? How much does it take to have U.S. troops overseas per troop? It says, you just get straight to the point. It says the cost to maintain U.S. troops overseas varies. It's not the same there. This is just one thing keep there to maintain it. One thing about the military, when you go overseas, they got to ship all your shit and all your family shit with you. So that cost is real high, real fast. It says it's significantly based on location, mission, and branch, which cost ranges approximately from $95,000 annually for routine deployments. Now this is like that $95,000 annually is just regular. Meaning you work like finance or admin, like you just gonna be on the desk all day. But it says for a high intense combat operation, it's over $1 to $2 million per troop every year.
Like you said, brother, $1 to $2 million per troop every year. Man, the uniform, all the damn soldiers. If you look at how much does a soldier uniform cost?
I can tell you right now, the pants like $3 for one pair.
You know what?
Like $300 some dollars, like $390, $395 for like one pair of pants, and you get 4 sets. Wow, the top they call, there's like a number of like two.
Brothers in the military.
It's like 198. And then all together it goes split. You can do it your shoes and
What about artillery and all this shit that we can't get back? Yeah,
then you gotta realize with that too, you only carry so much. I think it come back along with like the AR is like 270. Like all together. So you got 270 bullets per person. You can only carry so much, and then if you carry a gunner usually a short people. So with experience with that, you finna have that what you got plus your LMG with the lightweight machine gun. So your gunner, if he don't have these niggas nowadays have no type of experience. So when you have somebody who's a gunner with no experience, he carrying all that shit, and this is exactly what he look like. He got a big ass heavy ass gun. He got an extra barrel. He got like 200 rounds of a big ass case. And whenever they're trying to shoot, he got to stop and set all that shit up with no experience.
And that's another thing too, man. In the East, they never had first world experience. In order, that's why it's so frightening for America. They've all been living in la la land prior to the shit hitting the fan. So the average American, they never lived in the real world. To say, hey, I got a craving. Let me pull up the Burger King. That's not the real world. Hey, let me just Uber something to my house. That's not the real world, man. I don't feel like going to Burger King to call in city. That's not the real world. Let's take a trip to Disneyland. That's not the real world, man. So America has been in a state of carelessness now the buildings in Bro, that's part of the weapon. You can already attack the convenience. So you're already out of tune. That's why Eve, no matter what's going on, she want to take a trip to the Bahamas. She's not saying, let me just put the money back. I don't know what's going to happen with her.
Look at the bill decline. I should be taking the trips. I pay no attention to the news or anything.
And then half you people go over there, you would have got enough money for the days of that trip. You're not even factoring in, okay, what if I have to stay 2 or 3 weeks? Now I got to pull money for my insurance, for my car note, or GoFundMe. And then who's to say you're going to have your job when you get back?
Any American overseas is a baby. So let's say you're stranded overseas. You don't know shit. A baby kid don't know a language. So an American anywhere is a liability to the people in which he's surrounded by. As soon as you leave America, you're a liability to the locals. They gotta guide you places, they gotta help you with this. Who wants to be around an entitled baby?
Then you don't you don't know the customs.
Yeah.
Like you know, like I know in Japan, it's disrespectful to tickets. Like you would think you're doing the right thing. You go to disrespectful. I was on the phone with somebody a few years ago. We were just chopping it up. It's like the difference nowadays is what you say like on the fight. And then it's about shaking their hips with tickets. They shaking their hips, they just blind dance. You know, man, Russian people, this one feel like they don't know what they're doing. They brought up to do what they're going to do.
American soldiers back during like I just go back to Desert Storm. Those men that was in the army then, they was about, patriots, their country. They was ready to fight for their country. But in modern these Gen Zs that's in the army now, man, they look different. They look different, act different. I was thinking about what y'all said earlier, man, about when they put boots on the ground, how they gonna get slaughtered. It's gonna be such an easy slaughter because they got a bunch of feminine ass boys don't know shit, a bunch of think they masculine ass females that don't know shit. That's gonna be on the front line, man. That's gonna be they gonna be so terrified and scared to move. They gonna be an easy slaughter.
And then you don't know your tactics.
No.
The video today, us getting right. And it's going into, man, you got these American niggas on TikTok.
Right.
With the TikTok video. Right. You know what I'm saying? So again, you got people out there rushing and outside of the
Kicking high.
you got Eve up there, folks in the bread. I didn't sign up for this, but goddamn. You just think you're gonna run out with a get sold off?
See, they think they're gonna check this shit, man. So,
They have no understanding that there's a 100% chance you're going to deploy. That all they think about a guaranteed check, benefits, a car, and travel the world. Like they don't think about any of the real life characteristics or the consequences that are going on.
Well, if I can make one more point. I had a cousin that went out there. He went to Afghanistan about 2 or 3 times. Long story short, prior to him going out there, I said, so what y'all do? You know, like what type of training? Should we just drink and change oil and goddamn listen to music and so on and so forth? I said, so y'all ain't doing no type of fucking training? He said, and barbecue. And now he got fucking PTSD and shit.
I think I remember talking about
Yeah.
that. You know how many American soldiers, man, the spirit going to Google today, guys. Google how many American soldiers commit suicide every day. Yeah, Google how many. Anybody got a piece there? I'm looking at the spirit of the
And Rambo tried to put y'all down years ago. Rambo told you in the 80s. They showed you how Agent Orange was causing cancer, right? They also showed you, what did he say? He said, goddamn it, over there, I'm somebody. Here, I'm nobody. Over there, I'm operating $1 million worth of equipment and things of that nature. And here, I can't even get a goddamn job parking cars.
Well, what did the scripture say in Sirach about a man of God who suffered poverty?
Yeah.
That's a shame to the country. That's a shame to the country. But a whore will get famous and rich off OnlyFans. Folly should be held in great dignity.
Set in great
How
dignity.
many times can you see a pussy and get aroused, man? How many times can you see a woman's body moved and that has more honor, for lack of a better word, than a man that uses his body, put his body on the line, to protect their livelihood, man. You gotta think about that shit, man. That's why, but that's why this is called the great war. So if the thing of America is a murder, then the thing is going to be exalted here as war. This is a country of wars. Beyond America being a great war, this is a country of wars, man. It's not normal. It's not, what do you call it, housing? It's not honorable. Been a fucking, come on, man. We're in our 30s now. How long you gonna be like, ooh, to a nigga?
Right.
We still men and we see the ass, but like, damn, it's too, your brain is not designed to get all that dopamine back to back. You gotta come back to earth.
Well, like Chris Lamont video this week, what Yvonne talking about, she was at this setting, how many so many women got in the scene.
Nobody wanted them.
1,000, it was 1,000. The count was 1,000.
Yeah, I saw that, right?
And they paid the $100 to go to them.
Yeah, and the men got in free. It's reversing. Yeah, you know how this go to a club, ladies get in free. Now the women gotta pay, and the men, because they trying to get the men to hook up with the women.
Because men made the club go around. It was the men buying the bar.
But guess what now? Now the men are keeping their money in their pocket, and it's bad for the economy. Our men are not simping no more. It wasn't simping when women reciprocated. But now you've been exploited for courting a woman, now it's simping.
Well, like Lil Wayne said, it ain't tricking if you get it.
Yeah.
Niggas don't get it.
Niggas ain't got it.
It's an American deaf culture, man. It's dying out, man. If you think about like more men that come to the realization, go to these clubs, all these women in the corner, they all huddle up, got their phones, they dancing on each other.
Bro,
So the men like, why I spend my money on some shit like this? I can be at home.
Yeah, and they get aroused. I wouldn't know it. You know, turning you down. Hey, if you think I'm tripping, go to fucking R. Kelly video Slow Dance. When them parties, I mean, you had interaction between a male and a female. Here, this day and time, like you say, bro, they be in their own world, and you gonna get a goddamn drink thrown in your face trying to say hello.
But, and what's the spirit, Alright, this is the book Isaiah chapter 47. Just get to the point, verse 7. And thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart.
This nigga said you want to be a world power. This how a woman when she's 18 and the first few years of being a whore, she don't think her body ever gonna change its shape. She think her titties gonna stay perked up. Alright? She thinks she gonna always have a plethora of men run after her. I should be a lady or I should be a bad bee forever. Alright, that's a microcosm of the America's personality. We should, if people actually think Esau's gonna be in power forever, they can't fathom a world where non-Edomites rule, man. How about, let alone the Israelites ruling, man. Alright? Hey, but what did Rick Ross say? Who would have thought that fat girl turned into Oprah? So, and an underdog, because Cinderella wasn't thought to be the princess.
Right.
It was the stepsisters that wanted Prince Charming, which I would say is the Howard Shine spirit.
That's it.
Nobody thought that the underdog sister, Cinderella, would be really the wife.
Yeah.
So the 144,000 like Cinderella.
How many sisters she had?
2.
Hey, and according to Psalms and Eddie Corn Chop, there will be Esau and Israel.
Hey, yeah.
Them two sisters.
Yeah, because nobody is, all these are the logistics that's being taken place for a nation not desired. Everything is going on concerning Iran and now China, all right? It's all configuring for the world power of Israel. And that's something that the world can't accept right now, all right? They don't see it.
Because like we go into it, but see, they don't understand how it ends. See, they can just throw speculations out. We know exactly how it ends, right? You know, according to prophecy, we know exactly how it ends. We know this is phase 1 of what's coming to power. You know?
Because even on a minimum level, I know like other brother, you can attest, man, people respect us more on the highways. The first few years, you know, it was literally a skeptic. What do you call it?
Spectacle.
Spectacle. But now it's like, oh, hey.
Views went up this week.
Yeah. Because, hey, the most, yeah, that's right. Hey, but you know what? The Most High deals with duality. So a kingdom has to be on top, and that means a kingdom will be the power. So if the kingdom that's on top is losing that position, what kingdom is going to replace it? Yeah, the seesaw. It's a seesaw effect in the existence of the universe. When it comes to the mechanisms of the universe, it's a seesaw effect. Somebody's a prey and somebody's a predator. Somebody's the head, somebody's the tail. So we're experiencing the shift in the seesaw. All right? Nobody's people who say they're the chosen, they're being despised. At first we thought that was the victim. And the people that you despise, now people are saying, oh look, these people that we call minorities, hey, wait a minute, oh, something's starting to, you know. But go ahead.
Just the latter end of it. Neither did it remember the latter end of it. Like you were saying, you know what I'm saying? The prince and Cinderella. You know, nobody expected Cinderella to be transformed into that beauty, man. You know, and be accepted by the prince. So, and that's what's starting to unfold and unveil right now.
Sirac the Rebel, or who was never thought of should be king. This is the Most High's movie.
What's transforming?
You know,
In his chair.
in the chariot.
Midnight is also symbolic for transition.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
This is we used to go in 1 Corinthians 4:9. For I think that the Most High has set on us the apostle flags.
This is the apostle last in the context. You had Marcus Garvey. You had Nat Turner. You had MLK, Malcolm X. Yeah. Because basically, Yahweh Shai was looked at as a revolution. You know, how we had our Malcolm X and you had authentic versions of Malcolm X too. It may not have been as popular, but you had people that was for their people, you know, yeah, zealots. So Yahweh Shai was the ultimate revolutionary, man. So guess what? The Most High himself, the apostles, to be those final revolutionaries, man. All right, final boss, so to speak, man.
It's last.
It's led because what happens? Because what's going to happen after the apostles speak? After they do their duties? Because what happened with the Roman Empire after the death of Yahweh? Eventually, it fell. And then who came into power after the Edomites fell out of power in Rome? Yeah. The Holy Roman Empire, 1,000-year rule, was that? This sounds like a prelude to me. It sounds like a foreshadowing to me. After the fall of the Idumean Roman Empire, immediately came the rise of the Byzantine. Yeah, Eastern Roman. So, wait, I thought Ishmael would take over. I thought Elam would have taken over. I thought that Ham would take over. No, the people in your power that was really captive, indebted to your slavery, all right, they came into power. You see? The UPS drivers of your kingdom, the maintenance workers of your kingdom. Oh, wait a minute. The powerful shall overtake the. Yeah. All right, so hey, that's what we said. Hold fast which thou hast, man. All right, let's go, brothers.
What you mean? So back in the scripture, as its were appointed to death.
Yep.
This is the point you had made previously. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men.
But it's YouTube. Right? Physically, the cities, they are pacifiers. People spectator their watches and record to their phones. You know, they be down there about to run a red light and crash and record us, man. But then you can watch us on YouTube. We made a spectacle to the world because we're not needed to wake up the elect. Most of us eat us. This is part of his movement.
What's spectacle mean?
To see.
To see. And back in the day, they used to call readers like
Six. So, hey, have you ever seen the movie like 2012 or this certain movie before some catastrophic event? There's this crazy guy with a sign that said the end is near. But the movies, the director set it up so it was like, damn, he's right. The whole time.
It was crazy.
It was a crazy prophet. The local prophet, the local crazy guy, hey, the end is coming. Guess what? He was right. So the Most High set us up to be those people, man. That's part of his movement. All right?
I got this. Can bring a definition of spectacle.
And you know why it feels good? Because we about to see our investment cash out. Just imagine if you would have bought, I don't know, Yeah, Amazon, Bitcoin. Imagine you would have spent $100K on gold 10 years ago.
When we bought that, we did buy Bitcoins in the auto shop.
Yeah, that's right.
That penny.
That penny, that denarius. So imagine if you bought that Bitcoin before it became available to the masses. It's called, I think it's called premium stock, correct me if I'm wrong. When you catch wind of a lucrative investment before the rest of the world catches wind. So we caught wind of it before the rest of the world caught wind of it, and now we have value in this stock. So we're watching our stock raise value as we speak.
Yep. This the definition of spectacle etymology. Public entertainment, especially prepared for.
Public entertainment. Then now we have comedians mock us. The Drewskis and the Mike Epps and just regular niggas put on garments and imitate us. Yep. Read. That's right. Yeah, did they not mock us? Not mock us now. What do you call it? Gilligan's Island. You stuck up there and fire like a Gilligan's Island. You know? All on the real fat castaway ass nigga, man.
Yeah.
All right?
A nigga like Mark Kick, the way you get it, you do the capital garden, like this is perfect with me. You ain't got that nigga do.
Yeah.
Hey, may American government just go ahead and dress you out since you already over there.
And that's another thing too. All because you got money, that doesn't mean you have access to the resources around you. And even if you have access to the resources, like you just write it down, you only have 10 days for the resources. I people that was in local situations, right? The power went out, the city was without power. You couldn't send them on cash out because locally you wouldn't nobody take no fucking cash out. You gotta have cash in your pocket. So if you're in a city by yourself, your family can't do a motherfucking thing for you. If that environment doesn't accept electric wiring, man, come on, man. What's our bad with it? That's why none of us are really crying. You know,
especially prepared for the rain of display. Yeah. I don't care if you ever worked in retail, but display is the item that the store or that company wants to be recognized and pretty much in your face, so it's gonna be what they call like an end cap. So before you go down any aisle, you're gonna have that display right there. And that's pretty much gonna be what that spectacle is. So the Lord got us on a display.
wow, it'll be in the windows sometimes.
So
It'll be in the windows to catch your eye from outside so you can walk in.
On the sides of the registers, to the
On
left,
sides
to the
of
right.
registers, yeah. That new brought product to the stores. Come on, man. One side's a good. Hey, wait. Hey, one side's a good telemarketer. He's a good marketer. He's a good marketer.
Ezekiel 33 and verse 31, NLT. So my people come pretending to be sincere and sit before
So
you.
y'all go back here next week, about 6 o'clock. I'll be out here with y'all.
Shalom. They listen to your words, but they have no intention of doing what you say.
Hey, look, man, and look, who are we, man? You ain't gotta say nothing to us to make us think you should come out here. We're nothing special. We're just humble servants, man. Most High know your intention.
That's right.
So even if you did come out here every week, if you're doing it for us, you're doing it in vain.
That's right.
All right?
That's right, sir. Their mouths are full of lustful words. I'm coming back.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Sound good. And their hearts seek only after money.
Yep.
Verse 32. You are very entertaining to them, like someone who sings love songs.
You had a nigga come out here with a beach chair.
Yeah.
Yeah, my nigga came out here.
Yeah.
They said that.
We should have flipped that nigga up.
Yeah, he ended up being a scoffer, but a nigga came out here to beach chair.
Yeah.
hey, that's why Apostle Tahar always cussing y'all niggas out, man. Like he say, we're not here for the fucking entertainment. This is real business.
It's the build up to Wisdom Solomon chapter 5.
That's right. Back into Ezekiel 33, verse 32. You are very entertaining to them, like someone who sings love songs with a beautiful voice. And so the love songs is true. What makes our voice beautiful is the Holy Spirit. Or plays fine music on an instrument.
Hey, that's that. If we sing the song But everybody else outside looking in, they're not internalizing the lyrics. It just sounds good to them.
Hey, Zamar, the New Testament be a light to you, you know? And my things, they hear what you say, but they don't act on it.
They don't apply it. They don't. And it's a quote. It says, information without implementation is only entertainment. So you receive the information, but you don't implement it. So it's entertainment.
One more verse. Verse 33. But when all these terrible things happen to them, as they certainly will, then they would know a prophet has been among them.
And what does it say in Hosea 5:15? I will go and return to my place. But in the knowledge of the fix. And the afflictions shall they seek me early. All right, but who wants a woman that didn't want them until she needed them? They hate friend woman. They hate big head woman. Yeah. Best believe she had a need for something, man.
Like something like copy or that.
Yeah.
Like that's not for conversation.
You gotta be in that tower.
And what the whole side tell that shit is you stand down, go to the fucking heat with this shit. Go to them idols. See their answers. So what and how we would be like that, better call Tyrone.
One thing makes a man mad if he's not respected, especially when you don't do all these things. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Most High they did for us as a nation, man. But only the elect is going to come back broken and contrite and acknowledge their offenses. Back in Ezekiel 33:32, you are very entertaining to them, like someone who sings love songs with a beautiful voice or plays fine music on instrument. They hear what you say, but they don't act on it.
Because you compartmentalize it in your range of entertainment. Like the elder apostle of Christ said, Jake likes to be entertained, but they don't like to be enlightened. Jake doesn't have the discipline to really put on information. Unless they're hiding it. It's so powerful.
Nehemiah 8 verse 8. So they read the book in the law of the Most High distinctly and gave it sense and caused them to understand the reading.
Because basically they laid the foundation to the teaching format that we have. Started with Rabbi Akavivich, who went out on the highways and the byways. And then they taught in the format of Nehemiah 8 chapter. And see the action, like where y'all get y'all platform, why do y'all teach on the highway, on the streets, these Bibles, and why y'all read like that? Hey, that's not our forefathers, man. That's how those signs scripture is, man. Right? That's why it says in Proverbs 1, wisdom cry without.
Nehemiah 8 verse 1. All the people gathered themselves together as one man into the street that was before the water gate. They spake unto Ezra to scribe to bring the book of the law of Moses, which the Lord Yahweh had commanded to Israel. And Ezra the priest brought the law before the congregation, both for men and women, and all that could hear with understanding. On the first day of the 7th month, he read therein before the street that was before the water gate from the morning until midday, before the men and the women, and those that could understand. And the ears of all the people were attentive unto the book of the law. And Ezra the scribe stood for a pulpit and wood,
Rabbi Akavivich, if I'm not mistaken, he was on the pulpit in the movie X. Malcolm X starred Denzel Washington. I think there was elder Akavivich on the pulpit. Because they had Al Sharpton, they had other speakers, they had Rabbi Akavivich on the pulpit. Right? But they got it from our forefathers. And elder Akavivich is a forefather. Alright? And the reason why I read it from the law is because that's what was written back then. There was no New Testament back then. It wasn't written yet. Alright, so what you have? The law. Alright, go ahead. But it was to instruct our people and bring them back to Yahweh by Hashem. Because they were far gone into the ways of the heathen. Alright, go ahead. But I go to. Well, I mean, that was the point. Well, I guess next time, because it might be more throughout the scriptures in that chapter, but it went into how they went into the law in a certain way. Like, and that's when we get the precept upon precept, line upon line. Yeah, that's the
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna make a point because you mentioned about the pulpit, and that's again another thing showing that the Lord is not dealing with the church, man, because they, most especially mega church, they have done away with the pulpit. Now it's just a stage up there, man, where they sit up there and just performs and give you a bunch of nothing.
It's Nehemiah 8 verse 8. So they read in the book of the law of the Most High Yahweh distinctly and gave the sense and caused them to understand and read.
Gave us the piece of piece of line upon line, build a little there. Then there was a man to break it down. All right, so that's where it breaks down. I believe it's in Corinthians. All right, where it speaks on what's that? Like 2 or 3 speaking of other. Yeah, was it 1 Corinthians 14? And because it goes to let all things be done decently in order. So one prophesied, the other read, but that format was originated in Nehemiah 8 chapter. Alright, so and the way you know that these are Israelites, you got rappers that rap like that. They don't rap in chronological order. They don't tell stories in chronological order. It'll be what they'll call like ADHD, like Kevin Gates. But it it'll be like random. But that's how the prophecies are broken down. Like, all right, I know it's carnal, but it's still Israelites. You know, it's not all chronological. Like Revelation is not chronological. It's going from the past to the future. You know.
It goes into the instruction of the angel, but then around the 52nd verse, it goes back into the instruction of the man.
And you have to get all deep, but Jacob's a visionary.
Yeah.
So Jacob, mine doesn't even work chronologically a lot of times. Jacob just, yeah.
Even though more we saw Edom, he doesn't
Sometimes when he started, he showed you the end of the movie.
Right. He got that from the Most High. Declaring the beginning from the end. The end from the beginning.
And that's why the Most High do that. Show his power.
That's it, bro. That's it.
Show his power. Those prophecies was written 2,700 years ago, 2,500 years ago about Iran.
Right.
What other book was talking about what's going to happen in Iran?
Right.
I'm going to call him, he said that he name dropped. The dragons of Arabia, he name dropped. Carmanians, he name dropped. He gave locations. 2,500 years ago. 2,600 years ago. What other power did that?
Because I think Ezra was about 500 years before Yahweh.
Before your house side, man. This is deep and heavy, man. That's why Satan, Satan is trying to get us out of the truth. Because we're in the end.
That's it. But it's going to get hard.
Real quick. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 4. Where the word of a king is, there is power. And who may say unto him, what doest thou?
Yep, because look, when the Most High gave the vision during the time of Aaron, then he brought the vision back during the time of the prophets. Nahum, Jeremiah, Isaiah, Ezra. All right? These are big Baruch. Hey, Baruch said, Israel go out of cities and receive our sons. And showing you that the indigenous bullshit is garbage. Because the scriptures tell you that a country received the Israelites. Now, you can say the northern kingdom are indigenous from 2700 BC. But as far as, you know, it was all black people that's here, you know. No, we came on cargo slave ship, man. All right?
Yeah, just to make that connection, you know, just like the book of Nehemiah and how Ezra was reading out the law, and Yahushua did the same thing. This is Luke 4:16. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up, and as his custom was, he went into the synagogue on the Sabbath day and stood up for to read.
Synagogue. But that goes back to the ancient world. We had synagogues in the ancient world, man.
Right.
So that's where those head guys, all right, that's where they get the custom of the synagogue from, man. The ancient world, oh, what?
take him
He
out.
was sitting up.
Verse 17. And there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah.
Hey, get back in there. Get back in there. Hey, yeah, stop talking to him, bro. Close the window.
Are you getting it?
He fall from that bitch, he might have TV. In verse 17, and there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah, and when he had opened the book, he found this place where it was written, the Spirit of the Lord is on me, because he has anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of the sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised.
Hey, bro, God wound is incurable. The Romans taking over the ruling on the devastation. Hey, Adam, wasn't that book The Devastation of the West Indies?
The devastation of the Indies.
The devastation of the Indies?
Yeah.
Esau taking, the Grecians taking, that was devastation. So not only did they attack us, then they overthrew us and they resided in our land. And we have to learn their ways. That's a spiritual, physical, financial, emotional blow to the psyche of an Israelite.
And Israel should be trodden down.
Come on, man.
The times of the Gentiles.
Because something I used to speak about all the time, like Esau did in the 60s. But through the spirit, I got corrected. Really, it goes back to the Roman swallowing, man. They great castaway. We had to leave Jerusalem and go to Africa and all that, man.
That's why Yahweh Shema Shah said in Joel 3:2, that you don't pay for what you get taught, as well as how you part your land. Back in 19, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. Verse 20, and he, referring to Yahweh Shah, closed the book, and he gave it again to the minister and sat down, and the eyes of all them that were in the synagogue were fastened on him. And he began to say to them,
And that's why it's the customs of the church. The church means, to call
It's
out.
like once we stop, the spirit have to start back anyway, so ain't no point.
But that's
The Sunday locked in. It's like
it's not the synagogue. But Esau and Jake, they'll extrapolate from the scriptures and build their own construct, and it's a marketing scam.
what synagogue means? It means chief house.
Cheap house.
Chief house. And then pulpit, it goes into elevated platform. Verse 21, and he began to say unto them, this day is this scripture fulfilled in your ears. So just showing you that Yahweh Shah read out of the law. And the law talked of him because what he said, in this day has this scripture been fulfilled.
Second Ezra 1:36 in the GNT. It says, they have not seen the prophets, but they will live out of ancient teachings. I give my solemn promise that will bless those people, and their little children will laugh and shout for joy.
And that's leading to the kingdom. But it's starting right now.
Because the ancient teachings go back to the law.
The law.
It's going to be instilled in us.
Jeremiah 6:16.
Yep. We said Jeremiah 31:31.
That's right.
You're going to program us, man.
Yeah.
Don't y'all hate fucking up?
Yeah. And that program is going into what that new hall.
It says, I give my solemn promise that will bless those people, and their little children.
Solemn means what? Serious. Didn't they say the Passover is a solemn assembly? A solemn promise, meaning a serious guarantee, man.
And their little children will laugh and shout for joy.
Out of you shall be a great nation. So we're going to have multiple women in the kingdom of heaven. Every woman that you have a sexual encounter with, she will get pregnant.
Those people have never seen me, but deep within, the little children actually going into like the elect. You know, it goes into like in the KJV verse, like the little ones were just, they have bodily eyes. So those people have never seen me, but deep within, they will believe my words.
So it's like a linebacker who's in front of value though, you gotta think about it too. For the little ones, like the actual babies, that's gonna be born into the kingdom. Like, that's a hell of a legacy to be part of. You know what I'm saying? But no,
The one for the fact of
you know what I'm
what?
saying? Just you know.
All damn day.
Verse 38. Now, Father Ezra, look with pride at the people you see coming from the east. Look at the leaders I have given them: Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Hosea, Amos, Micah, Joel, Obadiah, Jonah, Nahum.
If I can make a point, you have these leaders in the form of this book, man, and in the form of the Bible, you know, the comfort. So, you know, you have to go into these accounts where, you know, you have these different sayings of our forefathers. You know, you see the Heavenly Father dealing with them by way of wisdom, you know. That these men come back in the reincarnation also, but mainly, you know, is going into the scriptures. You can sum this up as the Bible, man, what the elder brother reads, you know, what scholars call the Tanakh. But now we have the New Testament also, you know. Yeah, and the Apocrypha, right?
And that's the volume of the book.
It says Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi, who is also called the Lord's messenger.
Yep, it is all in the book. And these were being ordained and selected by Yahweh by Shai. So the Most High wrote his instructions to his prophets. The Most High transferred his thoughts to his prophets, man.
The Lord, Yahweh gave the word, great was the company, those that published it.
And those names you named, they're in these different camps.
That's right, bro.
You may receive it.
That's right.
Michael, Malachi, Joel, Habakkuk. You think we just regular dudes out here?
Right.
All right? And some of these are the prophets coming back. Noah.
A not so well known one, Philemon.
Come on, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know.
But then you have the school of the prophets. And I remember the brothers and the elders in Texas, like, it's great news, like the school of the prophets. But, hey, it's back. Everybody is back. If you was a nigga back then, you're a nigga now. If you're a prophet back then, you're a prophet now. All right?
It's grand showdown.
You know, you might back then, but you might not. Everybody can find us.
So this Daniel 12 and 13. But go thou thy way to the end be, for thou shalt rest and stay in thy lot at the end of the days.
This was reincarnation. And just like the brother was saying, all the prophets are back. And it only makes sense, a lot of them are on this earth because this is the end.
Oh, that's a thing too, because I said, you know, we was going to spectacle and how the Most High would lead us to wake up the people. The other reason why we're here is specifically we're a sign of America being destroyed. And this is the first time. All the prophets are back at one time. Most of them are back. So what's going to happen? All the prophets back throughout the whole empire. Yeah, because particularly America, but you got prophets in Europe. Hey, brother, you trying to assassinate this? You got prophets in Europe.
Get your hands on my pocket.
Yeah, man. You got prophets in Europe, Australia. What's about to fucking happen?
right.
The second death. We're all spiritually Noah. We're all in the state of Noah, man. Don't you understand? And it's going to be a great desert here. And we're at that point, man. All right?
Yeah, real quick, you know, brought up to this point, did it. All right, this is the book of the prophet Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 16 on down. It's going to be quick, bro. Bind up the testimony, seal the law among my disciples, and I'll wait upon Yahweh Shai that hideth his face from the house of Jacob, and I will look for him.
How do you hide the face? Because of the spirit. Because the face is the presence of the Most High. And the name, and like the Elder Saka always say, so I'm repulsed to Christ, but this truth or the Holy Spirit starts with the name, man.
Verse 18, this is the point. Behold, I and the sons whom Yahweh hath given me are for signs and for wonders in Israel.
The sign of what?
The
What is
end.
it? Come on, man.
The end.
The end.
Now, what do you, how should I say? The only sign you don't get is the sign of Jonas. Yeah.
When you the ancient Israelite kings, you know, a prophet was walking on Torah's lips. Oh, shit.
Fuck.
So let's get in the NLT, bro. All right, the book of prophet Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 18, NLT. I and the sons Yahweh has given me serve as signs and warnings to Israel from Yahweh of heaven's armies who dwells in his temple on Mount
So
Zion.
all you niggas talking about the Yahweh has to come here and have this interpersonal relationship with you. The interpersonal relationship is with the prophet.
Man, the king ain't got a big shit.
Exactly.
Y'all don't know y'all history. You don't know history. Yahweh Bahashim Shah, well, Yahweh and Yahweh Shah are kings. So, why would, who are you if the king gotta come talk to him like,
That's right. They in the power.
so you don't know how kings communicate, man. So, and the king has spoken, man. And also, because I think you was giving to us some years ago, the king, with the men of nobility in the ancient world, they had great feasts, right? And they might be to the supper and the dances. So that's why Yahweh Shah is breaking down those parables, like that great supper. And he was like, go out and invite as many people you can to the supper, because ancient kings actually did that.
You witnessed that with King Solomon?
Yeah, yeah. So it's actually another way to put it to the scriptures is that there's a great supper, all right, the Most High used us to call people to the supper, you know?
Rejecting the invitation, if you piss. Rejecting the king's invitation.
So guess what?
I think it makes sense why all the prophets hidden from the end times. That's like a herald year.
And it's a great showdown. I know y'all can recall back in wrestling. Everybody was in the fucking ring fight.
That's right. The
Royal Rumble. Hey, you picked up that name. Royal Rumble. So the Most High got a Royal Rumble. All the prophets are here. He brought all his messages out throughout the whole
ring is the earth.
Ring is the earth, man.
Because all the prophets ain't mentioned in the Bible. No. Was Obadiah here like 50 prophets in that cave?
Yep.
You know, so like you say, it's 144 are the true prophets of Yahweh Shah. So, hey, they here, man.
Small things. Other nations just gonna keep getting tagged in. Coming down that aisle.
Nothing going
I mean, the father got lung cancer. He just inhale that damn smoke and shit. The prophet said if you smell your house shots cook.
Boy, that's second Ezra 13. That's it. You know, Yahweh Shah coming to clear the city. And the smoke clears, man. And we're changing empires. It's a beautiful time.
And Jake, hey, and it's hard, man, but yo, we supposed to be super excited about what's going on in this motherfucker, man. And shit, I'm looking at these boring time TikTok videos, and my mouth is watering. Mouth is watering, man. And it feels good just to know feel the spirit we was right.
Right.
We've been right for years.
Because started with the apostles, man. It's incarcerated, you know what I mean, humiliated, fired, your image being cast down, like, oh, you one of the crazy guys?
Women leaving,
Women leaving you and
kids
shit.
gone, taking over.
Now look at us, man.
Hey, it's amazing. All scouring.
Yeah.
But Yahweh Shah had to go through humiliation.
That's right.
So we're not greater than our masters. And then we're going to draw this to a closing. Once again, we want to give our honor word to
Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Kapadash.
I want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Ridge, Stone and Well. Peace and blessings to the brothers of the house of David, the elect. Baba,
Baba, Yahshua, Shalom.